What's up, y'all? It's your boy Roshi here with my super late E3 hype video. But it's never too late to show your hype for some brand new video games. And in my opinion, this year's E3 was a lot better than last year's E3. Now, I'm going to give you guys a breakdown of games that I am hyped for, and you guys will kind of get a deeper understanding of what I'm interested in when it comes to video games. No, it's not Fortnite. Don't play Fortnite. Tried it. Not a fan. But I'm definitely going to give you guys some insight. And I'm dubbing this year the year of the Blade. And I already got my Blade ready based on the games that we saw at E3 this year. So I'm going to start off with the Microsoft conference. Now I have a list of games from each, so I'll probably be referring to it if I can't remember everything, because it was a lot. But first of all, I want to say Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Now last year we saw the preview from this game from Software, the developer of Dark Souls and Bloodborne. Bloodborne being my second favorite game of this entire console generation. So I was really curious to see what this game was. I was hyped. I was like, is it going to be Bloodborne 2? Because, you know, they showed the little twisting mechanism. We didn't know what it was. It looked a little bit sinister. So I was thinking it was Bloodborne. Then there were rumors swirling around that it was going to be a Tenchu game because the Shadows Die Twice line was from past Tenchu game. But it turned out to be an entirely new IP. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. This game looks absolutely batshit crazy. It looks like a Tenchu game, but it's gonna have Bloodborne difficulty, Bloodborne Dark Souls type difficulty. And actually, I think an article came out. My boy sent me an article where From Software said that it's gonna actually be harder than Dark Souls and Bloodborne. Now, Bloodborne made me fall in love with those super difficult, rip your face off difficulty games. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they have in store. The mechanics look nuts. The grappling hook, there's gonna be some verticality to it. So it's gonna be a completely different game than what we're used to from Software. So really looking forward to that. Definitely hype me up. The next game I want to talk about, motherfucking Devil May Cry 5. I screamed when they played that trailer. Now, I was a fan of the DMC remake. A lot of people were not fans of the DMC remake, but I enjoyed it for what it was. It was a fresh take on the Devil May Cry universe, and we got a different Dante out of it, but the action and the combat was still stylish, flashy as it's supposed to be. He still had the same cocky personality, so I was all about it. But a lot of people were pissed off because they kind of abandoned the story of the previous games. Well, here is Capcom finally doing something right and showing people that they actually want to make money by giving us Devil May Cry 5. Now, they low-key are addressing the DMC, you know, elephant in the room with Nero's new haircut. His new haircut styles him to look like the Dante of DMC a little bit. So they thought they were slick by doing that, but I definitely appreciate that nice little touch. As far as when it is in the timeline, it looks like it's going to be after Devil May Cry 2, which, if you guys aren't aware, Devil May Cry 2 is by far the worst one in the entire series. But timeline-wise, it looks to take place after Devil May Cry 2. Dante looks a lot older. Nero now has a big boss arm. He has a mechanical arm because it looks like Virgil sliced his hand off and now he's stuck with a mechanical arm. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they have in store. The combat's going to be batshit crazy. The guy came on stage and said that it's going to be the best one yet. Looking forward to it. I mean, that's what he obviously has to say. What is he going to say? It's not as good as the previous 4 games. Obviously, he has to say it's going to be the best one yet. But we will see once that game comes out. Other games from the Microsoft conference that hyped me up. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I never played the first one, but I'm going to play the first one. The trailer for that game looked amazing. It looked beautiful. I don't really play too many platformers these days, but that one looked crazy, and I'm definitely interested to seeing, you know, what that game has in store. Black Desert. Now, that's an MMORPG. I don't usually play MMORPGs. I'm a big RPG guy, but MMORPGs aren't really my speed. But the gameplay on that one looked really fast-paced and different from what I see from most MMORPGs, which is pretty much boring, I mean, some of you might disagree because I don't play a lot of MMORPGs, but boring and slow. But this one looks really fast, so that one definitely caught my attention too. So Black Desert, they didn't show much. It was just a quick trailer for it, but definitely interested in that. Battletoads. The minute they showed the fucking wall, I knew that it was Battletoads because that wall ruined a lot of my childhood. The almost impossible bike level in Battletoads that most humans never passed. Yeah, I'm definitely buying Battletoads day one because I'm a huge Battletoads fan, and I'm glad that they're going to be apparently sticking to the roots of the series. So hopefully there's no levels like that because I would actually like to beat this game. I never beat the original Battletoads, but if I get the new one, I would appreciate it if they make it, you know, not impossible to get past the level. So Battletoads was next up on my list. Gears of War 5. Wow. Now, I am going to say that this is the first Gears of War where they actually look like they're changing shit up. I am a huge Gears of War fan. Gears of War is the reason why I bought an Xbox 360, and that game ushered me into next gen back in 2006. I saw that game and I was amazed. I went on, I became a hardcore Gears player. At one point in Gears of War 2, I was ranked like 120 in the world. That's how much I played that game. Gears 3 came out, I was still playing a lot, and then it kind of died down for me after Judgment. Gears 4, I played a lot of online as well, but I still haven't beaten the campaign for Gears 4. I've been meaning to do that, so I need to get on that. But Gears 5 looks insane. It looks like they completely flipped everything on its head. Chick looked like she picked up some kind of melee weapon and was swinging it around like a bat. That's a first, because they've never had that in any Gears. Other than your chainsaw and just straight up shotgun meleeing or whatever weapon you had in your hand, there's never really been a melee weapon where you can just kind of like go fucking nuts and swing it around. That was the most interesting part of the gameplay to me, but I'm really excited to see where they're going with the story. Marcus is still in it. JD has a whole new look. Curious to see what's going on because I still haven't beat the first game. So I'm pretty sure that the trailer that they showed had a spoiler in it, but I'm just going to accept it and move on. But definitely looking forward to Gears 5. For sure, for sure. Jump Force, people. Yes. Yes, Jump Force. Everybody I know is hyped for that. Coming right off the heels of Dragon Ball FighterZ, the anime fighting games are going to be at an all-time high. And what they showed in this trailer was fantastic. Now, I know they did my boy Frieza dirty. They were wailing on his ass the whole trailer. But as far as gameplay goes, it looks so far like the characters they had in that they did them justice and everybody has their correct movesets. And yeah, everything looks very OP. So I'm hyped for that. And they got my boy Yagami Light in it. Now, what he's going to do, if he's going to be the one fighting or if it's going to be Ryuk with kind of Light as more of just like an NPC, who I'm not sure, but I'm really interested to see how they handle that because they did show you that Light is going to be in the game. So yes, Jump Force, people. I know you guys are all looking forward to that. I'm definitely gonna have some gameplay videos of that when that comes out. So be on the lookout for that. Now, that's what I want to talk about. Kingdom Hearts 3. I still don't think that game exists until it comes out, y'all. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. When I played Kingdom Hearts 2, I was either 14 or 15. Just put that into perspective. And I've been waiting on this game forever, so I'm hyped, but I'm not as hyped as I was for a lot of the other games that I saw. And the reason was, I saw the trailer and then I was immediately like, who the fuck are all these people? I don't know who any of these people are. And the reason why I don't know who any of these people are is because Square Enix decided to take the story of Kingdom Hearts off of the PlayStation and split it up across all these different consoles and games like fucking Dragon Balls. And I wasn't about that. I wasn't gonna play all of them. Some of them were like games that I wouldn't have been interested in. One of them, I think it was Chain of Memories, which was like a card game. Bruh, come on. I've heard Dream Drop Distance was really good, but at the time I didn't have a 3DS, so obviously I'm not gonna be able to play that. But I'm hoping that Kingdom Hearts 3 kind of gives like I hope they include like a little trailer in the beginning that kind of sums up everything that's happened since Kingdom Hearts 2. Kind of like what they did with Mass Effect 3 for people who are interested in playing Mass Effect 3, they had a little tidbit in the beginning where you would make the important choices from Mass Effect 1 and 2, and then you would start 3 and you kind of have a base of, you know, where the story is and what's going on. I like that because they realize that not everybody's going to go back and play the first 2 games, so let's give people an option. Hopefully they do something like that with Kingdom Hearts 3, but just wrap it up in a little CG trailer, some flashbacks, tell me what's going on. And yeah, we'll look forward to it. I've heard or read that one person said that it felt like a clunky PS2 game. Hoping that's definitely not the case, but definitely still gonna pick that up whenever it releases, if it releases, because like I said, it's not real until it comes out. But yeah, that's it. So that's pretty much it for the Microsoft conference. They did really well. They came to win this year. Announced that they bought up pretty much every fucking game studio on the planet because they had no exclusives. And if I showed you guys my Xbox One library, you'd be disgusted because it's like one game, and that's Gears of War 4. Yeah, Microsoft came to win this year. They did really well. Now, Sony's conference, I still think, took the cake again, and that's because the games that Sony showed just blew me away. Number one, Last of Us 2, that trailer was batshit crazy. We got people saying that the gameplay wasn't real. I have faith in Naughty Dog that they can deliver the experience that they showed during E3. It's like a blend of, you know, actual gameplay and cinematics, so I don't know if these things happen when you do certain dodges at certain times and it just mixes with animation. I don't know, I'm not a developer, but it looked insane. The whole thing looks cinematic. I'm looking forward to playing as Ellie. I wonder what's going on with Joel. Pretty sure Joel's gonna die in this game. If he doesn't die in this game, then I don't know. I think they have to kill him in this game, to be completely honest, just to keep that emotional attachment, because I don't think they plan on doing a third one. And if they do, then, you know, then I guess that's their prerogative. I really don't want them to do a third one. I didn't really want them to do a second one, but they gave us a second one anyway. That's it. Game of E3 for me. Sorry, I know I kind of cut myself off mid-word, but this game right here took E3 for me completely. And that is the new game from Sucker Punch, Ghosts of Tsushima. Yes, again, Year of the Blade, people. I have my sword ready. This game, essentially, basically, you are the fucking Batosai. This is real life Rurouni Kenshin. You seem to be some nasty samurai. I don't know what the story is gonna be, but the gameplay was absolutely fucking beautiful. If you haven't watched it, please do me a favor and go check it out. The whole, like, feudal Japan was just so beautiful in the game. Everything looks so cinematic. The leaves are blowing everywhere during the sword fight between you and the chick. It's just fucking amazing. I cannot wait to see how they created an open world feudal Japan game where I'm a samurai. And y'all, like, I gotta give y'all some gameplay videos on that when that comes out too. Ghost of Tsushima, definitely gonna be a big one. Definitely. Then we saw a trailer for a game called Control from the people who made Quantum Break. Looks like a mixture of Quantum Break and some chick with telekinesis. It looked insane, really trippy, like some Inception type shit, walls folding over on each other. It looked really wild and interesting, so I'm definitely looking forward to that, seeing what they kind of bring to the table. We got Resident Evil 2, which I'm really hyped for because I never played Resident Evil 2. I played the Resident Evil 1 remake on the GameCube, played Resident Evil 4, 5, 6 was fucking terrible, 7 was amazing. But I've been waiting for the remakes of 2 and 3 so I can go back and play them. I'm looking forward to seeing how they reimagine the world. Leon Kennedy, a lot of people saying that they don't like how he looks, but he's a younger Leon Kennedy. I think they did a great job. The engine looks fantastic. It's the same engine as the Resident Evil 7 game, and I'm looking forward to it because apparently it still has the tank-like controls, which kind of keep you immersed in the fact that it's a horror game because you're not running around like it's some fucking Contra game like you were in Resident Evil 6 where all the horror was out of it and I was running around with Chris Redfield just gun button motherfuckers like lighting people up. I felt completely unstoppable. I would like the fear to be back in the Resident Evil franchise. So Resident Evil 2 I have very high hopes for, and that comes out in January, so that's a nice pleasant surprise. It's right around the corner, y'all. Spider-Man, That looks fantastic. It's probably going to be the best Spider-Man game since Spider-Man 2. And when I say Spider-Man 2, I meant the Spider-Man 2 movie game that came out back in the PS2 GameCube days. That was, and still is until this one probably comes out, the best Spider-Man game ever created. The one that made you feel the most like Spider-Man. Gave you all the freedom in the world. And it was just an amazing game all around. But Insomniac, they look like they did a really good job. The gameplay looks really tight. You know, the swinging mechanics look amazing. It looks like there's going to be a lot of stuff to do in the open world, a lot of side missions. And it looks to have the combat, like the combat looks to be inspired by like one of the Arkham games. So I'm really looking forward to that and playing that game as well. Neo 2, I have Neo 1 actually in my PlayStation right now, getting ready to play it. But again, people, Year of the Blade, Neo game. And that Neo game just made me... The Neo game, Sekiro, and Ghost of Tsushima made me think, fuck, Capcom, where's my Onimusha game? It's been years. Why do I not have an Onimusha game yet, y'all? I'm still waiting on Onimusha. If they bring Onimusha back, I would be ecstatic because Onimusha is one of the greatest video game franchises of all time, in my opinion. So hopefully they do something with that in the future. But yes, Neo 2 is also coming out, and that should be dope. Then we got the Death Stranding trailer, Hideo Kojima. Possibly my favorite video game director of all time, because Metal Gear Solid is my favorite game of all time, the first one. Now all of them have been fantastic, but I think the first Metal Gear Solid is the game that really turned me into a gamer and made me appreciate, you know, everything that could go into a video game. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're doing with Death Stranding and seeing what Norman Reedus' role is in the game. Now, we saw some gameplay, but it just looked like a fucking walking simulator. I'm pretty sure this is by design. Hideo Kojima is still keeping us in the dark about what it's about. Looks like it's gonna have a typical Hideo Kojima storyline where you're just fucking confused the whole time, not knowing what's really going on. So I'm really curious to see what he has in store, and hopefully we see a little bit more next year, because I'm pretty sure it's not coming out in 2019. We won't see it until 2020, based on how long he takes to make video games. Yeah, that was pretty much every game that Sony had showed off. I thought their conference was really tight, and they pretty much showed everybody that they still have a focus on single-player games. We live in a world now where everything is multiplayer. Everybody wants a battle royale. Everything has to have team deathmatch. Everybody's shooting, gunning everybody down. We're ripping campaigns out of games, just selling multiplayer games. I appreciate the single-player experience. I don't like playing with motherfuckers all the time. I like playing with myself. I like single-player games, and I enjoy being immersed into a game without having a bunch of fuckers in my ear yelling to go to the next drop point or whatever, looking for care packages and all that shit. If it's not Gears of War or a fighting game, I'm usually just in a single-player game. I like, you know, dumping tons of hours into shit, just like how I just platinumed the God of War game. I love that game. That is now my favorite game this console generation, God of War 4. First game I ever platinumed ever. Put in like 70 hours into that bitch. Great. Let's keep the single player experiences going. They're showing that they're committed to that and keeping that alive, and I really appreciate that. That means that gaming is not dying in my eyes, and we're not just turning into a bunch of brainless fucks that just want to shoot everything in sight. So, kudos to Sony. Now, Nintendo forgot to bring the fucking games. What the fuck? Where are the games? They spent an entire hour talking about Smash Bros. Fam, we knew Smash Bros was coming out. E3 is not the place for you to give us your 1 hour breakdown of Smash Bros. Yes, I'm getting Smash Bros. Who's not getting Smash Bros? But we knew that was coming out. Where's everything else? Where's fucking Metroid Prime 4? We can't even get a CG trailer for Metroid Prime 4? Why? Why? Where's that at? Where's the Yoshi game you guys talked about last year? That was nowhere to be found. Where are the games? Where's all the third-party support? Y'all getting third-party support, but you're getting the games like months up to a year after the game released on every other console. How is that productive? And then you're charging me full price. I would have bought Wolfenstein 2 on my Switch, but seeing as how I played that back in November of last year, and it's still not out yet on the Switch, that would have been a waste of my time, because I could probably get it cheaper now on any other console, but then Switch, I'd still get stuck paying $60 for a game that's going to be downgraded to be on your console. So I'm still waiting for Nintendo to show me this third-party support, because it still feels like third parties don't have too much faith. And actually, I was watching the little gameplay breakdown of Jump Force, and they asked my man, they're like, yo, do you have any plans of bringing this to the Switch? And he laughed. He literally laughed and said no. That broke my heart. Why is nobody bringing their games to the Switch? They just have no faith in the console. So I'm just gonna, you know, take the L and just think that my Switch is just gonna be a fucking Pokemon machine when the new Pokemon game comes out. And Metroid, because that's pretty much all I have to look forward to. But I will be picking up Dragon Ball FighterZ. That was the most exciting thing that I seen coming to Switch. I'm going to be picking that up again on my Switch so I can down heavy you with Goku Black while I'm in my car. Not driving, of course. Safety first. But yeah, that's pretty much my E3 wrap up. The games that I'm excited for. Let me know what games you guys are looking forward to. I know this video was a lot longer than I meant it to be, but you know, hopefully you stuck around and watched the whole thing, and hopefully we are into some of the same stuff. Make sure you guys add me on PSN. It's YaBoyRoshi with 2 eyes, because some asshole took the gamer tag before I was able to secure it. And it's the same thing on Xbox One, YaBoyRoshi with 2 eyes, because again, some asshole took the name and I couldn't secure it. So add me, I add everybody. Sometimes when I'm on FighterZ, I'll jump in and play a few rounds with you guys. So do that and do me that favor. And also give me a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Lots of new stuff coming to the channel for you guys. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys tonight. Oh, as usual, shameless plug. Check out my merch. The link is down below in the description. You guys have been showing me much love. Everything on that site is designed by me and C-Night Comics on some of the designs as well. So support your boy. I appreciate you guys. But that's all I got for you guys tonight. Hopefully you guys have a great day or night, whatever time it is. And I'll catch you guys next time.